Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the KC CHIROpulse podcast, brought to you by CATS Consultants, helping doctors keep their pulse on success. I'm Dr. Michael Perusich, and I'm joined today with my good friend, Dr. Troy Fox. Dr.
Hey, how
Fox,
you
how the
doing?
heck are we today?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing awesome. Doing awesome.
Awesome.
What are we talking about today?
We're going to talk about a little bit about coaching,
Okay.
which is
We
a
know something
topic.
about that.
Yeah, some people run to it, and some people run away from it, and some people walk around it with a 6-foot long pole. I think a lot of people know that they could probably use more coaching, but they have questions. So
Right.
Kim in Ohio sent us a question, and she said, "I know I need coaching. I know my practice needs it. I know I could grow, but I'm not sure when to start the coaching. Should it be when I get my practice a little more mature, or should it be when I get my collections up? That sort of thing." She had a couple scenarios in there that she was asking about, and so Kim wants to know, when's a great time? When's the time to pull that trigger for the coaching? So, what say you, Dr. Perush?
Well, Dr. Kim, it's a great question. And it's funny, we kind of hear that quite often. When's a good time to start? Or I'm not ready to start. Um, you're always ready to start. Yesterday is a great day to have started, because here's the thing about coaching. Coaching pushes you out of that comfort zone that you're in right now and probably stuck in, and you may not even realize it, that you're stuck in it. But what does coaching do? Coaching always helps make you better because it pushes you outside of that comfort zone so that you can grow. And here's the funny thing about coaching. And when you say, I'm not ready yet or something, you're leaving money on the table when you do that. So everybody says, "Oh, coaching is an expense." No, it's an investment. It's an
This is
investment because we help practices. For example, just talk about us for a second. We help practices grow by $5,000 to $10,000 in the first month or two, oftentimes. Okay, now let's say you waited a year to start coaching. What's 10,000 times 12? I'll do the math. It's $120,000 you left on the table.
Wow, you are quick with the math. I mean, that is sharp right there. But you know what? That's what our listeners want to hear. A lot of people, it's down to dollars and cents. And
Yeah,
I get that. I totally get that. Why would you want to spend money on a monthly basis
right.
and not get a return, which we all do it? I mean, people buy gym memberships and never go. But I get it. And we get into practice, all of a sudden we're super sensitive about that. Oh my gosh, I don't want to spend this money, or I don't have this money to spend. Well, if we can take your practice and increase it substantially over the first month, and I'd say, $5,000 to $10,000 is a pretty substantial increase, obviously
Sure.
based on the size of your practice. But really, I don't know that it matters what size your practice is, because we can put strategies in place, whether you're brand new and you're just green as a gourd and you're coming out of school, or whether you've been in practice for 25 years and you're just wallowing because you've got a lot of bad procedures and a lot of bad things going on in your practice, or mediocre things. I don't want to say bad, because I don't think we really probably deal with too many bad offices. We
Nope.
deal with a lot of offices that have maybe lost their way through the forest, and
So,
we just point you in the right direction.
and that's a great analogy. You get lost in the weeds when you're in practice, and you should be kind of lost in the weeds, quite frankly, because that's when you're focused on your patients. And it's really hard to wear the doctor hat and the entrepreneur hat all at the same time. And that's what good coaching does for you, is we wear the entrepreneur hat for you. So I just pulled out my calculator and did the math.
Mm-hmm.
And no, this is not an old calculator. If you're watching this, this is a new calculator. It's just a
Uh,
financial calculator. So here's the return on investment. This is the way I like to look at things. The return on investment is 1,920%
mm,
with coaching.
that's a pretty good
Um,
return.
yeah. Do you think the stock market's going to get you that kind of return?
No, that's better than the stock market by far.
So when's a great time to start coaching? Yeah,
Now,
now, right this
so
minute.
so let's talk briefly then. What sets us apart as a consulting group, or as an advisement group, and we really see ourselves as practice advisors, not so much coaches. I think the way that we do things is a little different approach. We've got a lot of materials, so literally any direction you want to go with your practice. But why don't you address that really quickly, because we have a vast treasure trove of information for clients.
That's what we should call the library, the treasure trove.
The treasure trove, yeah.
Because it really is. We're different on several planes. Number one, we're one-on-one, and we're focused on your business, not the business we used to have. Oh, here, do this system that worked for us 20 years ago. That's not what we're about. We come in, we look at how your practice is functioning. And if you remember the old BASF advertisements, we don't make anything, we just make it better. That's kind of who we are. We're the BASF of business advisors in the healthcare world. We take your practice and we make it better. So it still feels good. It still feels like your practice, but you're making more money. You're more efficient. You're helping more patients. That's the big thing. You're able to help more patients along the way because we can tweak your capacity and those kind of things.
But
plus, we stay small, so we get to know all of our clients inside and out.
But aren't we just like every other consulting or management group that's out there? All we're going to do is push you to get more new patients, lower our prices, and advertise all the time to get more new patients, and probably maybe go out and do a spinal screening or two. Is that how I do this?
I love slow pitch softball. Thank you. I'll hit that one out of the park.
All right. Yeah.
No, we don't do that. In fact, we have taken practices who were trying to see high volumes of new patients and cut them back, and they were more profitable. So we look at your profit points. I don't care how many new patients you see. Now, if you're only seeing 1 or 2 a month, and you're not profitable, we got to couple the two thoughts together. Yeah, we might push you to see more new patients or fix a problem that you might have, but it's not about new patients. It's not about that conversation you have at homecoming every year with your old class buddies. How many new patients do you see a month? Well, I see 600. And how many patient visits do you see? Well, I see 19,000 a week.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you profitable? So, and we find, and Troy, we see this. We talk about this all the time. We see doctors who send in their stats. And by the way, if you want us to check your profitability, we'll do that for free, just because we like to help chiropractors and acupuncturists. We work with a broad bevy of doctors. We like to help doctors make sure that they're profitable. So if you want us to check your profitability, give us a call. We'll collect some information from you and check your profitability. But that's where we're different. We look at your profit. We look at your bottom line.
Give them the phone number.
I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to give you the website. It's simple. Cats with a K.
There you go.
catsconsultants.com. You can go there at the top of the page, contact us. You can get our phone number. You can email us at info@catsconsultants.com. You can email Troy if you want to get your question on air with us, Troy@catsconsultants.com. Better yet, if you want to have a breakthrough session with one of us, go to the website at the very top, schedule an appointment. You go right to our calendar, schedule an appointment, and let's talk. Let's find out what's going on in your practice. What are your pain points? Far too often we see practices living in, and pardon my French, but in a virtual hell, and they don't know how to get out of it. And so many of them are ready to throw in the towel and go do something else. Don't do that. Give us a call. There's chiropractic, acupuncture, dental industry. You guys are sitting on a virtual gold mine. Sitting on a virtual gold mine. Let us help you dig for it.
You have to figure out how to break through that glass ceiling, and you think it's solid glass that's 6 inches thick.
Right.
There you go. 6 inches, not 4 inches, 6 inches thick. And it's really a thin sheet of glass that you're just going to go right through, but you just need somebody to help you get through that. And a lot of times it's statistics. And that's really the deep dive is statistical analysis. Let's see where your practice needs to improve, rather than just saying you need more new patients. Gosh, any buffoon off the street could could give you that advice and say, hey, we're going to get you with a marketing group that'll get warm bodies in the door.
Yeah.
And they're warm bodies that could care less about being in your practice, could care less about staying, paying, and referring because they love the service you provide. Because as chiropractors or as any provider, your goal is to get people in your door that appreciate the art and the craft that you do, right?
Yep.
That's what's
Absolutely.
important. That's what you want, people that love coming in the door and go, Doc, I've been coming to you for 30 years and I absolutely love you. You've done so much for my family. That's the patient I want.
Absolutely.
I don't want somebody that comes in and goes, well, I got the 1995 give everything to me special and I'm out of here if you're going to actually make me pay for care.
Right.
That's a patient I don't want. And that, unfortunately, we see a lot of that. So
we do. And that cold lead fishing, if you will, marketing, cold lead marketing is a hard way to build a practice, and honestly kind of winds up becoming a Ponzi scheme on yourself. But, you know, and I hear coaches out there say two things. You want patients who stay and pay.
Right.
Well, yeah, but that's not the whole picture. You also want them to refer, and you want them to believe. You got to have all four. Yep. And it takes way more than throwing a promotion out on social media to make that happen. So are we different? When is it time to start coaching? Last month. Yeah.
And I'd rather have 5 of those patients you just described than 25 of the other.
Any day.
Because what we can also show you in a lot of cases, you guys are actually losing money on those patients.
Yep.
The 25, the ones that you know don't care, they're just there for the special. A lot of times you're burning a lot of daylight trying to service that patient that you'll never see again, and they paid you very little. They didn't even pay you enough to cover the services that you provided. So we want to get you to a point of where you have patients that appreciate what you do and you become appreciated as a result. So that, Kim, is why yesterday was a great day to start getting some sort of advisement in your practice. Really, I know
today's not too late.
And you said coaching, Kim, and coaching, advisement. It's probably somewhat interchangeable. We like to call ourselves practice advisors, but from a coaching standpoint, absolutely. Coaching, advisement, sure. So there's your answer. Yep. I think it's a great question. I think it's a question a lot of people ask, and a lot of people sit on the fence and never pull the trigger. You know?
Yep.
I think my parents told me when I lived on the farm, you know, you either need to poop or get off the fence, I think was the, that's something like that. I think it might've been a little more graphic than that, but my dad, you know, being a farmer, he kind of told me, you know, how things were basically. In other words, get your butt in gear and make a decision. Don't sit there being an indecision the rest of your life, or having a lukewarm, mediocre practice the rest of your life is no way to live. That's for sure. Let's bring some excitement back into your practice. Dr. Perusich, once again, how do they reach out to you?
Yep. Katzconsultants.com. Katz with a K, K-A-T-S, consultants, ends with an S, katzconsultants.com. Just jump on there, call us, email us, jump on one of our calendars if you want to have a quick chat. And I'm going to throw this out again. If you want to have your profitability checked. So here's another thing that's different about us. We all have business backgrounds. Mm-hmm. Not just healthcare backgrounds. We all have business backgrounds. So we bring nuts and bolts business advisory to the table. And that's why we really understand your numbers. So if you'd like to have your profitability checked, give us a shout. We'll be happy to do that for you. That's easy. All right.
Fantastic.
So katzconsultants.com. If you have a question, want us to banner it around on air, we'll always keep your last name sacred and won't give it out. So no problems with privacy or anything. Email Troy at katzconsultants.com. Troy is the keeper of all questions.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, this was great. Good question today.
Dr. Kim, thank you.
Helped you. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in to the KC CHIROpulse podcast, brought to you by Katz Consultants, helping you keep your pulse on success. Be sure to check us out at katzconsultants.com. And from all of us here at Katz Consultants, stay informed and well adjusted. We'll see you next time.